Mona Lisa, tell me why you go. Why you go? Why you go? Why you go? Mona Lisa, tell me why you go. Why you go? Why you go? Why you go?
YouTube was really good. It is your guy Hitch. Nike and Jordan Brand are continuing to release sought after OG colorways, and I could not be happier. This year really feels like it's circa 2011 because in February for NBA All-Star, Nike released the Galaxy KD4s, and in a couple of days on May 21st, they are going to be dropping these Weatherman KD4s. We have not seen these since 2011, and both sneakers I've never owned until this year. And first off, shout out to End. They ran a raffle early, and that's how I got these early. And back in 2011, the way people were dressing was a bit different. We were rocking all the basketball kicks. Kobe's, LeBron's, KD's, you name it, casually. And some people don't think you can get it off. I think it's still possible to get a nice fit off with your basketball kicks, but because these KD's design are a bit different, kind of awkward in some sense, it's gonna be a challenge. So let's see if it's possible.
Where you being free? I don't have a gavel, you can fuck me in a team. I'ma keep it GC 103. You're looking for something special, you just stop looking at me. Just answer when I call, I got 99 problems, but with you I'm unbothered.
Mona Lisa, tell me why you go. Why you go? Why you go? Make it bang. Mona Lisa, tell me why you go. Why you go? Why you go? Why you go? Mona Lisa, tell me why you go. Why you go? Why you go? Make it why you go? Make it pain go. Make it pain go.
I got 99 problems, make me sure. Look, the day I met her, she doused in black leather. Drooling from her mouth as if a bow had never fed her. Boiling polar caps in ice age, kind of weather dig. I like a bitch who give me a dose of my own medicine. Toxic, mind-blowing. But devilish, Zeke say Mona Lisa, but me say Nola darling. You got a harem of niggas, I'm talking about double parking. Whatever you do, I got it. If not, then I can acquire Xanax to Oxycontin, you can lean on me.
So back in 2011, Nike had this new technology that they were pretty much using on all their basketball sneakers, and it was called Hyperfuse. It was used on the uppers, and that's the exact material that's used on the uppers of these KD4s. And me personally, not a huge fan of Hyperfuse because it's a cheap material. It's like a substitute for mesh, and because it's cheap, the material also doesn't breathe pretty well. So what they did on these KD4s is they have some cutouts with perforated mesh on the lateral and medial sides of the sneaker in the midfoot areas to help some air get into it. Now, I mentioned before that these KDs do have a different type of design than we've seen before. Like, we've seen sneakers with straps before on like the toe area, the midfoot area, the ankle area. This adaptive fit strap goes over your midfoot and ends on your ankle. We've never seen anything like that before. Now, it's pretty good for anyone that's gonna hoop in the shoe because the strap actually starts on the inside on the foot strobel, and then it connects to the loops on the outside to then get the full containment for anyone that's gonna be playing in it. Now, this strap also starts bringing in the theme of the Weatherman colorway because of the pressure analyst icons that are on the strap. Then you also have your huge Nike swoosh and Volt. Now you get the full weather map theme on the back heel and the different colors where it's tying in the pressure and temperature zones, which is pretty cool. And then finally, what's incorporated in the heel is going to be your Nike logo and KD's logo on the back heel in black. Now, the colorway is kind of dope because for anyone that didn't know, before KD became world famous and one of the best basketball players of all time, he wanted to be a weatherman as a kid.
Why you go? Why you go? Let's get into it. Mona Lisa, tell me why you go. Clothes painted on you, kind of close. Yeah, you know you the jelly to my butter roll.
At the bottom of the toe box on these KD4s, you are gonna have a Volt baby swoosh, which I think is just a nice subtle touch, but it then leads us into the lacing area of these KD4s. They are gonna come with the lush green flat laces, and then below the flat laces is going to be the lush green mesh tongue, which is pretty loose, but also very breathable, which is good. And at the top of the tongue, it brings back in the weather map, which I think is really, really dope. And it also has KD's number 35 in black. On the inside of the sneaker, it continues with that weather map theme all over it. And down at the bottom, you have your Volt insoles. On the left foot, it says the forecast calls for a thunderstorm. which was a play on KD's team at the time, the Thunder. And on the right foot, it has the Weatherman icons in black.
When I call, I got 99 problems, but with you, I'm unbothered.
Mona Lisa, tell me why you go. Why you go? Why you go? Make it bang. Mona Lisa, tell me why you go. Why you go? Why you go?
The midsole and outsole setup on these KD4s are subtle but so fire. The midsoles are all black, but in the midfoot area you have your hardened TPU shank plate, and then it's combined with a blue translucent outsole. Me personally, I love how the black and blue mixes together, but when you think it couldn't get any better, they bring back the weather map throughout the entire outsole, which looks amazing. And then you have your KD logo in the midfoot area.
Parking, whatever you do, I got it. If not, then I can acquire. Xanax to Oxycontin, you could lean on me. Or roll if you even wanna. I was high one night and convinced myself that I loved her, but I'm high more than not influenced to live in the subtext.
I'm loving how Nike and Jordan Brand are releasing these OG colorways that we want. And they're nowhere near done. Next up is going to be the Lightning 17s, which I did not have, and I'm hoping I can get those at the end of this month. Again, these KD4s were ahead of their time, but so was the colorway. We've never seen a colorway like this before, and it was such a hit that Nike started putting thermal maps on foams, and that was disastrous. Now, they did keep these in OG form, which I'm really happy about, but if there was one thing I had to change, it would be the Velcro setup on the strap. On the strap itself, you have the hooks. On the sneaker or the loops, they need to switch it because the strap hits the laces and those hooks rip at your laces and they destroy them. And if they put the hooks on the sneaker itself and the loops on the strap, your laces will be fully protected. Now, the way that this is set up, there's no way to not damage your laces unless you wear these extremely tight and the strap is flush onto the sneaker. The only way I see somebody doing that is if they're playing ball in these. So there's no way to do it. Your laces are going to be damaged no matter what you do. If you guys want to see how I lace these to try to protect my laces, hit the comments down below. If there are enough, comments saying that you want a lacing tutorial, I'll get it done, I promise. Other than that, job well done, Nike. It sounds crazy to say this, but these KD4s retailed for $95 back in 2011. It was unheard of to get a quality signature shoe back then for under $100, but it was something that KD wanted to do to make a sneaker affordable. In 2024, the retail is $130, which is a 36% increase over the 13 years. And the reason I'm not going to complain is because I checked the CPI calculator, and that's on par for what we should be looking at in regards to the value of $1. From a sizing and comfort perspective, most people say go up a half size in these. I did not. I have a wide foot, and they fit perfectly fine from the toe back to the heel. The issue is how the lateral side of the sneaker fits, or sits I should say, on my foot in the ankle area, and it's really painful. It's really uncomfortable. I wore my Galaxy 4s the other day for an entire day. I went to like a festival, and by the time I came home, I wanted to kick them off because my feet were so much in pain. And I don't know if going up a half size is going to solve that problem, because obviously I didn't go up a half size. I'm hoping that wearing the sneaker a lot allows them to break in and it resolves that issue. At the moment, I don't have a solution. I'm sorry. On a scale of 1 to 5 though, 1 being trash, 5 being fire, I want to give these a 5, because back in 2011, I would have given these a classic 5 rating, because that's what I think about the sneaker. But unfortunately, because of how uncomfortable they are and because they're a challenge to wear casually, I gotta go 3.5. I'm gonna go 3.5. And when I think about wearing these casually, you can smoke these with shorts. That's very easy. Joggers, sweatpants, you can get it off easy. The only way I think you can wear these with jeans and they will look good is if the jeans are going to be fitted. Anything outside of that, I don't think gets it done. But I would love to know what you guys think. 1, are you copping these? 2, will you wear them casually? And 3, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss any new videos. I'm out.
But devil is Zeke say Mona Lisa, but me say Nola darling. You got a harem of niggas. I'm talking about double parking. Whatever you do, I got.